Hello everybody, we're back on this project here. Carol's fixing supper, so I got a little bit of time. I pressed out these shafts. They came right out of the gears, no problem. Did have to drive the roll pins out. Had these roll pins in them, so weren't no big deal. Chased them out, pressed them out in the press. So this is a 7-inch piece of steel, 1/8 inch thick, and it's 45 7/8 inches long, which I got to make sure my outside dimensions are the same, otherwise it won't go back in my frame. But I'm going to make one end adjustable. Doesn't matter which end. So anyway, we've got 12 3/4 inches to the first hole. Then we've got 3 5/16 center to center to the second hole. And then from the first hole to the last hole is 19 7/8. I don't know why I didn't actually step it along, but I didn't. Anyway, it's all right. And then this here is 41 5/8 from the other end. And I've also got to put one more shaft back here. And I haven't decided if I'm going to run it below or above. Haven't really decided that yet. Got the bearings ordered. I'm getting 4-bolt flange bearings, 1 inch. They're going to be cheap, you know, off the internet. I think that I bought 10 of them for 60 bucks. They ain't going to be much, but they'll be better than what was in here. So anyway, we're getting that. So I've got all the dimensions figured out. I've got the roll pin out of here, but I have not got this to move in the shaft yet. Haven't really tried too hard. I've got a new pulley coming. You can see this one here is all frigged up, and the tin's gone off it on the edge, you know. It's pretty well, good chance to get caught. And you can see where the belt's been riding, kind of funky right there. The big dent in it. I made it kind of sketchy trying to make it go smooth. So anyway, I've got a replacement for this small one, a replacement for this one, and 2 more replacements for the other side. I got 4 of them coming, and they're cast iron. They're going to be made just like this one right here. Cast iron center with just 3 spokes on them, 8 inches in diameter. So it'll be the same. So that'll straighten that out. Those 2 odd ones right there I'm going to use for my forward on my high speed for when you're just ripping boards. That's what I've got to make the other shaft go through here for, and I think I'm going to run an inch shaft because I got a lot of it. And I'll probably use a couple of the bearings because I bought 10 of them for $56 or $65. I don't remember now. They'll be here next week. So I may put it above or below. I might move this here like down just a skosh. And cause I'm going to build a new arm so I can drill through it anyways. And I don't know if I'm going to use that arm over again or not. It's got a twist in it. I may build the whole thing new. I don't know. Which if I do, I'll probably try to run the 2 of them side by side. Not sure. I don't know how big they are. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to take this piece of new steel that I've got. I got a little more than I needed. There's 10 feet there. We'll take that and cut that into a couple of pieces, and I'm just going to do it with the whiz wheel, I think, because it'll do a better job. And I'll bring you back in a few when I get those set up here, and we'll start doing something. Well, good morning, everybody. It's the next day. I've actually got these set with a set of mics. This should be the dimension of 3 5/16 between these 2. That should give me the right gear clearance. I'll get that when I put the bearings on, the housings. I'm hoping I can get 2 of the bearings side by side. I may actually have to turn them kitty cornered and machine a couple of the bosses off because they're going to be 4-bolt bearing bosses, and that may have been a mistake. I probably should have gone with the 2, but anyway, I went with the 4. They were the cheapest. Got, I think I said before, 10 of them come in for $60 or something. And this is where the other shaft goes. That one's got a dimension of 19 7/8 from the two furthest ones, I believe it is. Yeah. Yeah, so from this hole to this hole, that furthest one all the way up to here is 19 7/8. And that is not real critical. That can be off 1/8 of an inch either way and it's going to work. I found this piece of steel. I put it in the lathe and got the rust off it. And that's going to fit this piece here, if I can get it down through again. It does, there she goes. It does fit. And I've added 5 more inches onto this end, which I'm going to cut a 1/4 inch keyway down through there, cut a 1/4 inch keyway here, or 5/16. I got to measure it, see what the thickness was. And then I got to drill a hole in for the roll pin. And that front shaft will be done. You know, I mean, you can see it was pretty nasty. So I kind of pressed it the wrong way. I pressed it, you know, to go the shortest direction. And when it did, it kind of caved in the end a little bit. You can see it's a little concave here now. It's not going to hurt nothing, but, you know, I thought it was supported all the way through with one shaft in the middle, but there's not. It's just there. So anyway, yeah, so we're doing good. I haven't got any of the bearings in. They'll be in about, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. And I guess other than doing the shafts, that's about all I can do till I get the bearings in. So I'm going to keep working on those. A good friend of mine, Andy, down in Mass, he's the guy that gave me that big Fisher anvil. You people that are praying tight, you know, if you don't mind saying a prayer for Andy, go ahead and do it. He's in the hospital with COVID, and you know, he couldn't even really function at home. I mean, he lost so much oxygen, so they put him in. His wife hasn't seen him since. Anyway, say a prayer for Andy if you are so inclined. I'd appreciate it. But anyway, that's the only sad news I got. Other than that, you know, but there's thousands of people going through the same thing. You know, I suppose it's pretty insignificant, but it affects us directly. And I know other people that have died from COVID. Not a lot of them, but I know some. You know, scary stuff. It is serious. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to go back to, I'm going to get the mill going here and do some keyway cutting. So, hope you folks enjoy. We'll talk to you later. Well, I cleaned up this roll pin. Don't know what size it is, but we're going to find out here real quick. And it is 255, so it's a 1/4 inch hole I need. So, I'll get me a 1/4 inch drill. I'll be right back. Well, normally I don't use a drill and a collet. Usually I use the chuck, but today I'm only going to do one hole and the rest is going to be milling, so no sense to put the actual chuck on and having to jack the table way down. But yeah, I like that. Now all I got to do is end mill some keyways on there. I'm not really sure what steel I'm using here. I assume it's mild steel, but I'll show you my dilemma here. As you can see here, all of that bar stock. Most of it is inch and 1/8. Once in a while there's a 3/4 inch piece, but most of it's inch. You know, this stuff here, some of it's 1/8. That there's inch. Most of it's right around inch. That stuff was came from a machine shop that was doing military stuff, and they had to have all the serial numbers on the end of the bar. So not all these things drill and work the same. Sometimes you get one like that one there, seems to machine beautiful, it drills beautiful. Might be just regular mild steel, don't have a clue. Or it may be something that'll harden, who knows. But this steel, when they would accidentally, this was years ago, like me and my father had that steel for over probably 35 years. It was way back. This guy had a machine shop. The machine shop's still going. It's gotten bigger and bigger. But every now and then somebody would cut the serial number off. As soon as they cut the serial number off that bar, it was junk. So they had probably, I don't know, there must be close to 100 bars there. And there was some Monel, still have it. All kinds of stuff that was thrown over the bank, and they were going to bury it in the landfill. They just had thrown it over the bank just to get rid of it. They didn't want it in the shop where it could get screwed up and, you know, didn't have traceability. So me and my father was over there, and we had a little 9-inch South Bend. Still got it. Father's got it over there. He told me I could have it, but I haven't gone and got it because, you know, politics and family. I'm trying not to make anybody ugly. So anyway, yeah, we went over and pulled all this stuff up over the bank and hauled it home, stuck it in the barn where it sat for 30 years, and then, about 5 years ago, my father told me to bring it over here, and it's been here ever since. And I keep using it, and I'm picking at it. It'll last me the rest of my life. But I don't know what it is, so, you know, who knows? But it'll work, you know. I don't need much strength here. So, yeah. So that's that. We've got our bore for our roll pin. And I'm going to go ahead and do some milling out here. Put a 1/4 inch keyway in. And I'm going to do the same out here. I'm going to do about a 6-inch run there for a 1/4 inch keyway. And then that shaft will be done. So anyway, I'll show you how I set that up here in a minute. Well, I'm just taking a 1/4 inch end mill. I got a lot of stick out here, so if I go any more than 30 thousandths deep, it starts hollering. So we're going to make a few light passes. Better to go load light and go often, as they say. This here is the main drum shaft the drum goes on, and it's extra long on this side so that we can put an extra shiv out here to make it a 2-speed. Looks like you guys are going to be right in the way. Couple more passes and this will be done. I took 35 thousandths on a couple of passes, and the last one I took 35, the next one's going to be 30, and that should bring us to 130 thousandths deep. It should be about where we want to be. Looks pretty good. All we got left to do now is run a file along the edges and deburr it. And that shaft is finished. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Not much of a video, just made a shaft. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go. Hope you enjoyed. Hit the thumbs up. Don't hesitate to subscribe. And if you're so inclined, say a prayer for Andy. Talk to you later.